Here's the thing about a brief sometimes. It arrives looking like an answer. Take-up is low. We need better comms. Someone has already got the answer for us. Design leaders' first move isn't to solve it. It's to make a little space for curiosity. Separate the presenting solution from the underlying question. What do we know? What do we think? And what do we need to learn? And how do we know this is really what is happening? Challenge only works if someone in the room is actually allowed to do it. Curiosity isn't a personality trait here, it's about permission. Once we have an explanation, we're brilliant at organising the world around it. We don't go looking for the truth, we go looking for agreement, and we usually find it. What we believe changes what we notice. This means falling in love with the problem and not the solution. If we can't have our preferred solution, how can we look at this differently? As leaders and practitioners, who gets the challenge, the dominant narrative, and what actually happens when the evidence doesn't fit? How do we improve communications? Gives us a leaflet. What's making it hard for people to access this service? Gives us a system. One question changed. The design space just got 10 times bigger. Trust, access, process, policy, past experience, staff, technology, partners, and not one of them is a leaflet. Now the escalation. It's easy to pause in a workshop. It's hard to pause in a commissioning cycle. So build the pause into governance, decision making, and team rituals. Otherwise, it only ever happens when it costs nothing. So proactively seek out evidence that disproves any assumptions that might have been made. Think, what might someone who disagrees with us say? The visible part of a problem is rarely the whole problem. People, the service, people delivering it, the rules, the wider context, all of it is shaping behaviour before anyone opens an email. Watch for the trap, explaining behaviour from a single point of view, usually ours. So swap the question, not why aren't people doing this, that quietly blames them. Try what might be making this easier or harder. Curiosity can't stay an individual habit. Have we created the conditions for the system itself to become curious? Observe what surprises the group. How is this different from expectations? What challenges are there to the group's thinking? This can be one of the most important things in design leadership, creating conditions where different perspectives can challenge the first story and curiosity is still able to continue. We're not asking anyone to have no assumptions, we're creating room to test them, because under pressure, certainty feels like progress. It's the most convincing thing in the room and often the least useful. A good leader slows that moment down and takes the heat for slowing it. Use the 5 whys to get below the surface of the problem, such as, why aren't people completing the forms? Why are forms too long? Why is the same information being asked for over and over again? Be curious, clear, creative, confident, and credible. They run in that order for a reason. In the 5th diamond, curiosity comes first. Credibility is earned last. Diamond 1 is curiosity. Frame the story. Notice what it might hide. Open the question. Discover what we can learn before we decide. The 3 traps can be anchoring, confirmation bias, and premature certainty, with curiosity as the counterweight. Discovery is a leadership capability and not just a design phase. Ultimately, the question isn't whether the design has finished discovery, it's whether the system is prepared to discover.